So without further ado, we'll just start with the live first. So what are we going to run through today? These are the few things that we are going to talk about. So understanding how surrounding units can affect your profit in terms of three main things. What are the three main things?
MRT effect. A lot of people, right, would think that usually when you buy near MRT is better, right?
Yeah.
You will earn more profit, right?
But
But today we are going to show you something that it may not necessarily be the case. And then also layout, which I think we touched on last week already. But today we are going to show you, right, how a new launch may not necessarily increase the profit of your resale property. And last but not least, the affordability gap, which is super important because when you buy into an area, you need to know if the people, your future upgraders, can afford the kind of price they are looking to sell at.
So now we are going to into the first part, which is the MRT effect.
Yeah, the
So,
MRT effect. So
Leave-
Alex, I know a lot of people love to buy near MRT. But can you make a guess? Usually when a condo is near MRT versus when it's far away from MRT, what is the price differences?
you mean when they purchase?
Yeah, entry price.
Okay. So I mean this is a very wide question, right? Because it can be also be comparing between a near MRT but it's older versus a far from MRT but it's newer condo. But if we take a similar age one, maybe a both brand new one, I think it easily will be 20 to 30% gap.
Correct. So today we are going to show you, for example, this project, right? Back then, you know, when Sengkang Grand was actually launched, Riverfront Residences was also selling.
Okay.
So naturally, you will think that, wow, you know, Sengkang Grand confirm more expensive, ma. So if we were to look at the price, right, you see the price differences.
So this is Riverfront is launched at 1323.
Then Sengkang Grand Residences,
It's at an average of 1750. They are launched 1 year apart. But which means that when Sengkang Grand launched, there's still balance unit in Riverfront.
that's right.
So which means that buyers still can choose Riverfront at that point of time. Okay, so the difference is about how much? 430 per square foot. About 30-35% difference.
So because based on this, right, you see, for example, if you are someone who are looking to buy a Riverfront, so am I right to say if today you were to enter at 1,300 PSF, selling at 1,007 is very possible because Sengkang Grand Residences basic entry price is 1,007?
I mean, this is what we say, but when I meet a lot of customers, they will say that, oh, the one is nearer to MRT, so 1,007 is something that is acceptable, but doesn't mean that an MRT one can be sold at 1,007. The one that is far from MRT can be
Okay,
can be sold
fine.
at
Then we
1,007
don't,
also.
not 1,007. But what about 1,005?
I think that is possible.
Very possible, right? So if we were to look at the highest profit, right, clock at Riverfront today is 810,000.
Whoa, 810,000.
It's a lot, right? Close to 1 million. Can you imagine? It's because it's so far from MRT. You know, in order for Sengkang Grand, right, to earn the same amount of profit, they need to sell at 2,002, which is higher than whatever the OCR launches are going at right now.
So what happened here was Riverfront was bought at 1326 and it sold at 1872, which is slightly higher than the average price of Sengkang Grand.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
so they make a profit of 810,000. For Sengkang Grand to achieve the same profit, they need to sell at
2,002. Wow, at this
2,280
price, I would rather, frankly, buy an OCR new launch. There are so many that's going below 2,000 PSF right now.
So how much did Sengkang Grand make for this area? So this one, we are taking an example of a 4-bedroom, 1,485 square feet for Riverfront. So we are going to take a similar product in Sengkang Grand to do a comparison, which Sengkang Grand do not have a 1,485 square feet. Okay, because what I remember is Sengkang Grand, the 13XX square feet unit actually make about 200 over $1,000. You can actually check it. The highest profit should be at about slightly less than 300,000 because they bought it at about 1,700 plus per square foot, like what we mentioned, and they sold it about maybe $1,900 to $2,000.
Oh.
Okay, so in this situation, I'm not saying that you buy far from MRT, you definitely make money. The key thing here shows you one thing. MRT doesn't mean that you will make more. There's many other factors that is going to affect your prices. It's not just I buy near MRT, even I buy a higher price, I will be able to make money. So your price point that you enter is also very important.
So this means to say because back then when these people buy Riverfront Residences, right, it's at 1,003 plus, right? So in a way, Sengkang Grand Residences entry price cushion us lah. Am I right to say that?
Yes, in a way, but I would want to share something that is very important because do remember when you buy a 4-bedroom or even a 5-bedroom.
Okay.
Mostly when you want to sell. Because I always talk about who we are selling to, because that's the most important thing. Because,
Likely will be own stay, right?
yes, mostly on stay, but you must remember that when I want to sell,
Mm.
who are the buyers that's buying from me? So I would say maybe 80% of the buyers are mainly own stay. There wouldn't be so much of an investment. What is the most important thing for own stay buyer?
Feel good, and then the layout, right, must be functional.
You go home, you must feel, oh, this is like home. Correct?
Okay.
So
But how do we determine that?
very important thing, you need to be in a place that is quiet.
Okay.
Not everybody like to be crowded, correct? Crowded means that there is a lot of traffic.
Traffic, yeah. It's
So,
I can totally relate.
like for example, Watertown is a very nice location.
Watertown is on top of
Waterway Point.
Punggol MRT.
Very nice location.
Yep.
But you will have a huge jam every day when you go home because everybody is also entering the mall. For Riverfront, what is the advantage? Even though it's very far from MRT. I mean, Ulu is definitely the thing. You might imagine because in a resale property, I drive there, I will first evaluate the location. I say, this one, is it nice? Is it somewhere that I want to stay? Will I want to come home to this every day? Then I will go in to see the unit, the floor plan, all this will come in place. But the first thing is
feel good.
My feel good factor when I drive in there.
Oh.
So there's a lot of condo that is super well located, but when the resale, the buyer drive in, the moment they drive in is already jammed up.
So,
that's a problem.
So what you're saying is that because when you buy new launch, it's very hard to imagine how it's gonna feel like, you know, and everything. When we come to like buying new launches, right? How do you actually suggest that we can buy something that maybe feel good one? Should we go down and recce the place?
As a buyer, usually when we buy new launch, what is the biggest mistake we make is that we are based on the site plan to decide whether it's a good place.
True.
Correct?
True.
As an investment, if you want to buy for rental, near MRT, definitely better.
Confirm easy to rent, 100%, yes.
So if you ask me, compare a 2-bedroom in Sengkang Grand and a 2-bedroom in Riverfront, definitely Sengkang Grand will be easier and higher rental. Correct?
Okay.
But if you are buying for own stay, or if you are buying an investment, there is a unit that is selling to own stay buyer in future.
Okay.
You get what
Yes, I get it. Okay.
So I'm selling to, which means I'm buying the bigger unit. I need to go down and recce and feel myself whether this is a nice place to stay. I drive there, is it a nice place? Do I like this place? Is it crowded? I can recce at different timing.
So it's more than just, you know, at the comfort of your home looking at our analysis. You also need to drive out to the main place to feel like, hey, how's the environment like?
Of course, sometimes clients like to work with agents that know all these things because they can give them more tips.
That's actually a very valid point because usually clients who are not familiar with a certain area, right, they'll just go to the show for like, oh, it's very, very, very nice. Then after they'll just buy without even recce.
Yes.
Right?
So they were just based on that to purchase. Huh?
Yep. Okay. So next one, we will see this also very similar so-called comparison, right? Trevor and Woodleigh Residences. So you see Trevor and Woodleigh Residences. Trevor is about 8 minutes walk from Woodleigh MRT. I'm super familiar because recently I just saw a unit there. And Woodleigh Residences, again, is also integrated. It's on top of Woodleigh MRT, you know, and the mall itself. So when you look at the launch price, right, back then when Trevor and Woodleigh were launched around the same time, Trevor was selling at close to 1,006 PSF average. And then Woodleigh Residences, 2,000 PSF. So, but today, what we are going to show you, right, is not so much about Woodleigh, but you know, understanding what price Woodleigh sold at, which is 2,000, actually helped to cushion Trevor's price. Trevor's similar 3-bedroom unit, right? Trevor's ROI is actually way more, not way more, but much more than Woodleigh Residences.
Okay.
Because based on the down payment given.
626,000, 150%.
Correct.
Okay, Woodleigh is 554,000 and 123%. I can highlight to you this Woodleigh unit, this 758 at 1.796 million. This is a promotion unit. So this should be at 1,893 per square foot if I'm not wrong. So this is I think 6 to 15 floor or 6 to 10 floor all at same price one. There's a promotion that they released.
One price promo for same stack.
Yes, but in Woodleigh there is unit transacted with the better view one at about $2,300. Overall, the ROI is still losing to Trevor. But if we take the higher range one, I do not know what's going to happen.
No, I definitely can relate because like recently when I was trying to sell my Trevor 4-bedroom unit, right? The price that I'm asking for, the quantum is about 2.5 to 2.6. You know this Quantum only can get a 3-bedroom in Woodleigh.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was exactly how I assist my client to sell this unit. Because it's a bit different, like we are just 8 minutes walk, and frankly, the 8 minutes walk I walked before, like it's not very far.
But of course, like what we are mentioning, you need to understand your surrounding to actually make a decision for yourself.
So that brings us to the next area, which is Jurong West. Okay, Alex, you live in the west side before, right? So I cannot ask you this question. Because I can assure you, whenever I propose my investors to buy west side, and they don't live in the west, they live in maybe in the Far East or like central area, the first thing they will say, wow, very far.
So Jurong only known for two things. One is because there's a chocolate factory there, so you always smell the cocoa smell.
Huh, really?
At about 6 p.m. every day, yeah, at the Pandan, Taman Jurong area, which is here. I think it's the
Really got chocolate factory?
yeah,
I
the
didn't
factory
know.
is here, somewhere here.
Is it Jurong Island? Jurong Island
No,
go before.
not
It's
Jurong
not Jurong
Island.
Island.
It's at the Taman Jurong side, which is the lakeside area.
Wow, how many of you actually know that we have
I don't know
a chocolate factory in Singapore?
Who know or who don't know? I don't know. But it's here in this area. Every time you drive in 6 p.m., you smell all the cocoa smell.
Wow,
That's one
interesting.
thing.
I learned something new
Second
today.
thing people relate to Jurong is because there's a Tengah Air Base there. So every day or sometimes you're here fighter jet.
Okay, but I want to share with you something really interesting. Do you know Jurong, right? Only got 22 condos right now. Super. I mean, I only learned that like end last year. So I was like, wow, the supply actually very little in terms of the condo. Because
not HDB.
Oh, but anyway, I don't find a problem renting out areas, units in the area at all.
Jurong have one of the highest take-up rate in rental and one of the highest rental yield in Singapore. So why is that so? Because I always tell
Malaysians, they come up and down.
In a way, yes and no. But I always tell people when you want to buy unit for rental, just now we are talking about homestay. Now I want to buy unit for rental, I must buy where? What are the considerations that I want to buy? Homestay, I want to buy near,
rental, of course, near
all these
MRT
things.
lah.
Rental near MRT is one thing, but near MRT is not as important as this thing that I'm going to mention.
Rental,
like Sengkang Grand rental can win Jurong rental? Cannot. If Jurong far from MRT is still higher than Sengkang Grand. Can you say that?
Amenities?
Amenities, yes, but if we put it straightforward, is I must know my tenant base is from where. Okay. So Jurong got a huge tenant base because there's a lot of commercial and industrial.
Oh.
And there's NTU, there's going to have the professor coming over. So you must see where your future tenants are from. So like One North also have one of the highest rental. Maybe sometimes will be beating the CBD area. Why?
The metropolis area.
Yes. So CBD also have a lot of tenants, but why sometimes One North can be higher? Because One North have very little supply of condos comparing to CBD. True. So all these things are. But if you want to buy high rental yield, is buy near offices and factories. That is the main important factors.
So it's not near MRT because people want to get to work fast.
Yes. So would you rather every day take MRT from office back to Sengkang, then your house beside MRT, or you can walk home from your office?
I would rather walk home.
Or you can cycle home from your office.
Yeah, I would rather walk. I will do that. So today, why we are sharing this particular area about, Lake Gardens, I mean the lake area, right? Because recently, we have got Lake Garden residences. You know where that is, right? I mean, right on the map, like you can see, right?
Yeah.
It's also not very near MRT. Then the take-up rate not very high. I think it was less than 20%.
I think 30% now, maybe.
Then insane, we got this like Jayden. First day take-up rate 80%.
At 2451%.
Wow, I don't get it.
Highest at 2,800.
Close to 2009, I checked.
Close to
2009.
2,800 plus.
When I saw the transaction, I was like, huh? But both are in the same area. I mean, district per se. But the take-up rate is so drastic. It's really damn drastic.
So it's how much percent difference? 40% also.
Wow.
Yeah, 40%. About 40%. If we take 2008 as an example, but if we take 2004, it's maybe about 25%. So we are not saying that Jayden is a wrong purchase. What we are trying to say is that a lot of buyers buy through till today, I would say a lot of agents and buyers buy property through location, but they don't buy properties through the feel good factor that I'm talking about, or the price that I'm going to enter. So like for example, for these two comparison. This is some units are 1,009 plus per square foot.
Mm.
But if you really drive down there, wow, if you don't know Jurong, you will get a shock of your life
Why?
because it's very, very, very deep in.
But is the feel nice not?
Why this area the prices are always not so good? Because to be very frank, not to offend anybody in Jurong, because I stayed in Jurong last time, this whole area are all the very old HDB. And this lake have been there for many years, but it's always like nothing. So like example, there's 3 condo here. Lakeside Tower, Parkview Mansion and Lake.
Both on blocks.
This in between is Lake Garden. So 3 condo. Here is another condo called Sora coming up. This one is not en bloc here. So there's only 3 condos that will face the lake.
These are the only 3?
Only 3, because the rest is all HDB land already. Lake Life only very partially only, and it's not really direct link to a lake. These 3 will be having direct access to the lake from the side gate.
Lake Life is the EC, right?
Lake Life is the EC.
Okay.
So the rest is all here already. The rest of condo is all in front here. So those that is really connected to a lake, only these 3. And I would say, I mean, this is my prediction. If the lake were to be changed, nicely done is one thing. If there is activity picking up there, like a lot of families will spend their weekends there, there's some activities, there's some events or whatever, making this a place to attract people who want to stay. Just like, for example, East Coast, if you're nearer to the sea, your price is higher than nearer to MRT.
Correct, because we go East Coast, cycling,
just want to be
chill,
near the sea. That's the main thing. Sea view, these are the things that we are looking for. So if this place, I wouldn't say we will reach East Coast height, but if this place changed into somewhere that people will want to cycle here every weekends, families will want to spend time here, then it will be an attraction. Because you must remember, everyone that is coming here for the weekends, they will look at this condo and they will think, maybe I want to explore this condo.
I mean, in Jurong itself, right, there's Jurong West and Jurong East, but there are also people who stay in Jurong East will not move to Jurong West.
Will not move to Jurong West.
Will not.
Yeah, correct.
Because they felt that it's less premium.
So, I mean, I stayed in Jurong before, I know. The most premium is usually Jurong East. Okay? But there is a lot of older HDB there, not much condo. Okay? So that's why J Gateway, all this came out.
So I was very surprised because, wow, who knows there's actually such class category.
Then the next area is actually Toh Guan area.
Toh Guan.
Toh Guan, which is here lah. Okay? Then Taman Jurong is one of the... Nobody want one. So Taman Jurong used to be one of the least preferred, but with this up, I think we will be one of the top choice in future. So this is where you want to buy property and make money, you have to buy when nobody want it. And you sell when a lot of people want it. Can I say that?
Transformation lah.
So now, transformation, yes, but transformation, what type of buyers they will bring in? So now I would say this area is still in a state that not a lot of people want. But it will change.
Have to agree.
It will change. To next time a lot of people want this area.
But in case any of you are not aware, so basically government's plan, right, is to redevelop or like enhance this entire lake area to become the next CBD out of the central. Yeah, I think that is a very, very great plan. So so just now you checked, right? Sora is also coming out. Yeah. Okay.
So next is
layout.
This week we are touching on how your surrounding layout will affect your prices. So which means that one condo that's going to TOP, if their layout is better than you better sell first.
Correct.
Something like that.
And there was also like this perception that, whenever, let's say I own a resale property today, right? Whenever a new launch come up, and then people always assume that, this new launch price is much more expensive. So obviously this new launch price can help to push up the price of my current resale condo. So in that aspect, right, this is why we are making this sharing, because in some way it might not necessarily be true.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you look at what we have here, right, it's actually Commonwealth Towers and also Queen's Peak.
Side by side.
Side by side. So
both
Commonwealth
MRT
Towers, TOP first, then followed by Queen's Peak.
2017, 2020.
Yes, correct. So we are going to dive into Commonwealth Towers 1 bedroom and also Commonwealth Towers 3 bedroom because they have very different profit. Yeah, movement
in terms of prices. Yeah. So what happened to Commonwealth Tower 1 bedroom? You can see that they bought it at 1,007. It moved all the way up to about 2,100 per square foot. But do you see a sudden dip here? Okay, in 2020, TOP 2017, So 2020 is the TOP of Queen's Peak.
Queen's Peak TOP.
So which means Queen's Peak TOP, Commonwealth Tower price come down, one bedroom. Why? Because of this. This is very clear. From here, these are all bought in 2014 to 2016. This red line below, all this is sold before 2018, which means before Queen's Peak TOP. And their profits are mainly more than 100,000. The lowest is $73,000. But 73,000 is already touched 2020 and 2021. So you take the 20181 is all more than 100,000, some even reaching $165,000. But look at the one that is sold in 2020. What happened to the profit? It diminished totally.
Wow, dropped by like less than 100. I think it's very obvious there.
If I take this, you see this one 1573 they purchase
Yep.
They sell at 1921. So I must be very fair. I take another one. This one bought at 1554, cheaper. But sold 17 something only. So the profit dropped $81,000. So why like that? The key thing is that in Queen's Peak, there's a total of 256 units of 1 and 1 plus study. And the size range 431 to 441, 484 to 495, which is the same size.
Right.
So suddenly supply come in, what happened?
Obviously as a buyer, I will go for the newer one.
In a way, then also the thing is that everybody buy one bedroom mainly for what?
Investment.
So they also want to sell. So a lot of units will be on sale. So 256, I don't need a lot. I just need 10% of the unit on sale. There's already another 26 units in the market. So this 26 units starting come out. Will it affect Commonwealth price? Confirm effect.
Yep.
That's why Commonwealth one bedroom price came down by, it's about 10-15%.
I think, got 50%.
10-15%.
So it's very dangerous when you actually, because I think this is something that a lot of buyers never think about when they buy. Usually, you only buy. But I don't know if your agent will help you to plan when to sell. Because this is what I do for a lot of my clients. I will plan also when to exit. Because when you don't catch the exit timing properly, this is what's going to happen. Your profit is likely going to drop by about 50%.
So you have to always be on the lookout. Every time got launch, not say you don't want to buy, is you don't need to care. Got launch, you need to see what kind of launch, what type of unit, what type of layout they have. If they are beside you, if they are nearby you, you have to check. Cannot say that, I don't want to buy, I don't care. So if you are having a condo, let's say at Lentor, you bought a Lentor Modern. Okay, when Lentor Modern, you take keys, you move in, and there's another Lentor coming up. You have to know whether it is going to be a competitor, is going to help you.
Wow. Wow, but like that very tiring.
Yeah.
So just choose the right agent and leave your agent to it. If not, you got to every time when there's a new launch coming out, you're gonna be very worried. Is this gonna will they grab away my buyer or not? It's so tiring. So you might as well just get a professional.
I mean, yes. So is it true that because a lot of people say got launch will bring up a price, got TOP will bring up a price. This example prove that it's not 100% true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But now we go to another example.
Yep.
So Queen's Peak profit, you can see those who sold at this price, they took over Commonwealth Tower profit. You see, under over 1,000, all came here. Because why? Because one bedroom, all of us must remember, no matter how you change the layout, it will look the same.
Yep.
One bedroom, very straightforward. I don't even need to see a layout. I know when there's a new condo coming out, it's going to affect my price. Okay, now we look at 3 bedroom. So 3 bedroom, wow. It's a total different behavior. You can see Commonwealth Tower 3 bedroom go up all the way TOP and there's another leg up at 2020. So the opposite.
Cannot be Queen's Peak don't have 3 bedroom.
But this one Queen's Peak TOP make the 3 bedroom price go up. Just now the 1 bedroom go down. This 3 bedroom go up. So we look at the numbers first. You can see from here, Commonwealth Tower, if you sold at 2019, 118,000. If you saw at 2021, I don't even take after COVID. This is after COVID, slightly after. But after that, the price rise up even more. The highest is done in 5th November 2021, 316,000. So this is after Queen's Peak TOP. Actually, right after Queen's Peak TOP 2020, this one already hit
very obvious.
259K. And the purchase price is almost similar. So why is this happening? That's why now we are going to show you the layout. So now this one, 904. Is it a very nice layout, John?
Very compact normal nothing to.
But have everything you need or not? You have a window here. You have a window here. You have window.
Okay.
This one also window.
Yep.
So all the toilets and the kitchen come with window. Proper kitchen.
Yep.
Okay. 904, which is very appealing to who?
On stay. But frankly,
stay,
I think it's lacking a bit. Don't have a storeroom.
Don't have storeroom. But can I say this is very similar to the HDB in the opposite area, Dawson area,
Yeah.
which is 90 square meter.
Yep.
So which means that the HDB owner come over there, this look like same like my house. Only lack of a yard area.
Okay.
That
Makes
is
sense.
replaced by a balcony.
Yep.
So I mean this is depend on individual. So this is not the best layout, but this is a very decent layout.
Okay.
But it doesn't stand out at first because
Okay.
but after Queen's Peak TOP, it become wow.
Wow.
So this is Queen's Peak 3-bedroom.
Yep.
Okay. Private lift.
Private lift not bad. I think people in this area will appreciate private lift.
Yeah, but you eat into your kitchen become like that.
Wow, the
This is
kitchen
your
is open
kitchen.
concept.
Okay, then your toilet got window now. But the kitchen is like that. Then the balcony is this shape.
But the big room only can put single bed.
Yeah, 2-bedroom, single bed. Just now all queen size. Then this one
It's a bit
got one
challenging.
queen size, one single. Then this one attached to the balcony. This one
Wow.
also.
Yep.
So which means that they put the bed like that is not
No
true
space.
because you cannot put like that. Put like that, you cannot open the door.
Oh.
How do you stick your bed to the sliding door where it's a sliding door,
Yep.
right? There's no way you can open it,
Yep.
unless you want to close it all the way, lah. Then open concept. So what is happening here? Why Queen's Peak TOP, the price of Commonwealth Tower go up? Because whenever there's a project TOP, what will happen?
Attention.
So Queen's
Correct.
Peak TOP, you will bring in
Buyers demand. Yep. Yep.
So demand will come in and want to see the latest condo. So they come in and see this layout.
Cannot.
So what is
Frankly,
their next?
I will not even buy.
What is their next reaction?
I go to see the neighbors one.
They will see what other choices we have.
Yeah.
So they will go to Commonwealth Tower, which have a much nicer layout, which this Queen's Peak 3-bedroom will help bring in the buyers to Commonwealth. So if I'm Commonwealth Tower owner, if I saw Queen's Peak having this layout is going to TOP, I will wait.
Yeah. No challenge. Not competitor.
I will wait first. Maybe they'll help me.
Yep.
But if a 1-bedroom owner, then I will
Faster sell.
So bear in mind if you are holding any properties, like you are Park Clementi's owner, then you have a 2-bedroom, then you see Claremont is going to come up, and faster sell.
Yep.
All these things. But if your 2-bedroom is a proper layout, nice layout, like what we shared in last month, very nice layout that you can stay one, mainly for own stay buyer, you want to keep, I don't think it's a big issue.
Last factor, affordability gap.
What is affordability gap?
Basically, it means to say, if today I buy at, so for example, 3 mil, can my future buyers maybe pay 3.5, 4 mil, and let me earn the profit? This is something that is very important. For example, if you are looking into an area, right, with a very little or very, very old estate, chances are it's very challenging for these HDB owners to actually sell and then upgrade without touching their personal savings. Westwood Residences and Soul Acres. Westwood is in the west, obviously, right? And Soul Acres is in Choa Chu Kang, also somewhere in the west. So, Alex, I ask you, these two areas, Jurong and also Choa Chu Kang, which one is more premium in terms of location?
I would say Jurong lah, but I mean this is Westwood, this is still far in but Jurong usually have more interest than Choa Chu Kang. I mean, if you are selling any condo, usually Choa Chu Kang condo will move a bit slower lah. Like example Warren, even those near MRT are not so preferred lah. Jurong, one good thing is that it's connected to a lot of expressway. Choa Chu Kang only rely on 1 kg. So that's one of the issues. Coming home is a problem because when your estate is only connected to one expressway, which means that wherever you work, you need to go by the expressway to come back. But if you are staying in Jurong, you can if you're in the town, you can come back by AYE. If you are in other place, you can come back by PI. Things like that.
I think the reason why I wanted to share Westwood Residences and also Soul Acres, you see Westwood, like you said, very accessible, more prime than Soul Acres, which is located in Choa Chu Kang, right?
Yep.
But what I want to share with you here is that actually, even though the location is better, but in terms of the profit, Soul Acres EC average profit actually clocked more than 50%, 50% more than Westwood Residences. So when I saw this number, right, like,
Wow.
it's interesting, no?
So even if we take this both, we don't say Westwood is a better location. We take both as a put it as
Easy.
even
Okay.
location. But
Okay.
why Soul Acres make 50% more? Now we are going to show you. So in terms of understanding your surrounding, just now this we are talking affordability, right?
Yes.
We need to first when I buy an EC, I want to understand what? Who is my
Buyer. HDB
buyer?
upgraders
So
lah.
HDB upgraders lah.
Yeah.
So today if I buy Pine Tree, who is my future buyer?
Landed
Downgrader or
grader.
condo upgrader in the
True.
surrounding.
Okay.
Correct?
Yep.
So you need to identify who is your buyer coming from first. Because I would tell you 60% to 70% of the buyers, usually when I work with developer, we will check based on their location.
Oh.
So like Jurong condo, usually launch day 60% come from D22. Then the 40% will be spread across Singapore. Okay, so 60 to 70% will come from your surrounding. That's your main group of buyers. That is the most important.
Okay.
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 So first step, identify where your buyer is coming from. Okay. So EC, we take HDB. So in Westwood is here.
Wow, not many HDBs.
Got a lot of HDB. I stay there.
Have
A
then
lot,
how come?
but all 20 years old.
Oh, 20 years old is still quite healthy.
No BTO. So 20 years old, people who will stay there for 20 years means what? high chance they won't sell already. The most likely will sell one is which type of owner?
5-year-old one.
BTO one. Buy,
Yeah,
I
cause
BTOC,
earn liao.
I make money, I buy
Yep.
EC, I buy condo, things like that.
Mm.
So Westwood, one of the downside, totally zero BTO, MOP in 2021 to 2023.
The
Why?
same time,
Why we talk about MOP? Because MOP is when they can sell and buy.
yeah. Actually, these days I realized that the BTO average profit, right, regardless whether 4-room or 5-room, right, 300,000 base, I would say.
Profit, yeah.
There about.
Yeah, about there.
Yeah. So wow, actually it's a
But
lot.
why we take this date? Because
The same time Westwood
Westwood
Residences
MOP is
MOP lah.
about this period of time lah when they are selling lah.
Okay.
So now we look at Soul Acres. Soul Acres surrounding from 2022 to 2023. There's total of 6,116 units that MOP during this 1 year mark.
Okay. This means to say when Soul Acres MOP, there were also a lot of BTOs MOP. So these BTOs owners surrounding Soul Acres can upgrade. And to be frank, there's 6,000. I don't even need all the 6,000 units to upgrade. I just need a small portion.
So Soul Acres is here. Total here got 6,000. So 6,000, we don't need 6,000. We take 2%. 2%
a lot already lah.
2% is 120 buyers.
Enough. Settle. Yeah.
Then you don't have so many people who want to sell in Soul Acres also. Even if you take 5%, that's going to be a crazy number.
Over, yeah.
That's why Soul Acres prices are being pushed out. Okay?
So because why we are touching on this topic, because I realized, right, when a lot of us, we saw Atura and Luminor Grand, which are the new EC in Bukit Batok, right? We have this concern, the EC price a bit high because it's 1,004, 1,005 PSF. So I look into these two areas and I realized that by the time Atura and Luminor Grand MOP, you look at the number of units, they are going to MOP also.
So 2022 to 2025, this period, they haven't MOP lah, but these are the people who qualify to buy Altura MOP, which is about 8 years ago, or Luminor Grand 8 years ago. Later. 8,262 that is going to qualify. What I'm trying to say is that by the time they MOP for Altura and Luminor Grand, there will be still a lot of them are remaining that haven't sold their house yet. May not sell yet. May be thinking of selling. Because 2025, maybe they wait another 4 or 5 years, they will be able to buy Luminor Grand. Okay? But during this period, that is the period that they MOP for Luminor and Altura, there is another 4,585 units.
A lot. But Alex, you look at the green patch over here. This one. You know what is this area? Tengah.
So there's
Tengah currently the Copper Grand.
Oh.
Super well done. I mean, it's sold so well.
So there's still a lot upcoming HDB.
I don't even, like I said, I don't even need all the BTOs in Tengah to upgrade. I just need maybe 1%. It can flood.
I can tell you this whole area is undeveloped. This that we are talking about 12,000. 13,000 is based on here only. Of course, this is one thing. We know that there is this supply coming in. But next is what? can they afford to buy your condo at the price that you
Yes.
desire to sell? That's
Yep.
most important.
Yep.
Correct. So what is coming from here? So we need to research based on this. So now we are doing based on EC. We are doing based on Altura and Lumina Grand.
Yep.
But if you want to do it on condos, I give you one example. If I want to buy Miss 5-bedroom, 3.2 million, how do I decide whether can? Then a lot of people will say, can sell meh? Next time want to sell 3.8,
Yeah,
can meh?
lor.
So got people can afford meh? So how to know whether can afford or cannot?
Surrounding lor.
So see surrounding people, what thing?
Can afford or not?
How much they
Profit.
So if the surrounding people profit a lot, which means they have the down payment, one thing settled mah.
True.
If the surrounding people all never make money then you buy there very hard to exit. Because no one can buy from you. Look at Altura. The HDB is from how much? Excluding grant is 300,000. With grant is 249.
Oh, sorry, still wrong. Yes.
So there will be still a lot of people who buy with grant one. I mean, there is
Four
still.
room actually very
So
affordable
249 to 309 for all this. This is the BTO they're selling today. So which I say 5 years ago, 8 years ago, the BTO might be slightly cheaper.
Correct.
But I take today prices to show you.
Yep.
So today, those that is MOP already, they are selling at this price.
Wow.
600 plus thousand.
Average low 600. 630
650 highest.
Okay. So, but of course, in future, I can sell for even more because right now this is already the resale prices, ma.
But we take based on today's selling price and today buying price. So I think this is a very fair way that we can compare. So average BTO price 250, just now we show you.
Yes.
Selling price 635, which means they will have an estimate profit of 385. Plus 150 CPF is what? Along the way when you pay the down payment, when you
accumulate over the years lah.
installment, all these things So 535 which means that all the people here, most of them are sitting on 535,000 CPF and cash.
Correct. Which can be used for
next property. But we have not touched whether they have savings, all these things, nothing yet. So I will gauge based on whether can buy. Altura, let's say average 3-bedroom is 1.45 million. If I target to sell 1.8, which is a 350,000 profit,
very doable actually.
The 25% down payment plus stamp duty is 509, which means the people here don't need to fork out their own savings, they can afford.
Still got surplus.
So
to sustain you a few months of mortgage or maybe a few years. Wow.
So this is how we gauge whether can exit or not. So same thing, if I today got a condo, I want to buy 3.2 million like Miss. Okay, so I want to sell 3.8. For example, I set a target price. Okay, I put it at 4 4 easier to count. 25%, which is 1 million plus stamp duty about 1.12 million.
Okay.
This is the money that I need. So I check my surrounding people 1.12 or not. Based on their purchase price and their sales price. If have, there's quite a number they have because of the purchase price they bought in and the sales price that they are selling today, then this
makes
is
sense.
still a property that you can enter. Wow. So this is for condo. I'm just giving you some example. But this is another example for 5-room.
5-room BTO prices in Bukit Batok. Okay. So they purchase at around mid 300. So current selling price is about 700 range. So if we do the same exact method, right, like a 5-room, right, about average purchase price is about 380. The average resale price is about 770. Altogether, the estimated cash proceed is 590. So today, if you were to buy an Altura average, like the 3-bedroom, the bigger one, right, at 1.55.
This is a 4-bed, I think.
But what we want to show you is that even if you target to sell it at 2.1, for example, based on we don't care about what unit type, but based on the size itself, right, the down payment needed for, and also your buyer stamp duty needed for 2.1 new property is 599,000, which means it's also very doable because you just sell and then you upgrade. And just top up 9K, which is minimum.
You have to also be very clear that if I want to count 5-bedroom for purchase in this area, the buyers that is going up for the 5-bedroom will be the 4 and possibly the 5 in the surrounding, or 3 that is big size. So I need to identify. I cannot say that I count a 2-bedroom amount, but I use a 5-bedroom in the surrounding. Which means that I use a 4-room condo, current 4-room condo, to calculate whether they can afford a 2-room in my current condo.
Don't make sense.
So it have to be equivalent, which means either same or upsize. So that's why we use 5-room flat to a 4-room here. Usually we will do it this way, but these are all just example and let you all have a better understanding that how you can actually go and count yourself.
We head on to the last part, which is the bonus.
Yes.
It's a live analysis of current developments, like what we did for the last live.
Okay.
Yep.
What we're going to do here is that we are going to show you an example of how I myself bought property in this development and how I actually see whether there is a good chance. Because
first thing is the MRT effect.
MRT. Second thing is what?
Layout, and then followed by the affordability gap.
And last thing we are sharing is based on surrounding price point.
Okay.
It can be within your condo. It can be out of your condo. So this is an example within condo. So Affinity at Serangoon. I asked a lot of my clients to buy this property. Why? Because last time at 1403, this unit,
Correct.
this is 1256. This is sold at 2nd June 2018, 1256. So which means 1256 sold first at 1.122 million.
Yep.
Sold already. Then the developer runs some discount at that point of time. Actually not huge discount. It's just that different facing. There's a different price point that we get.
But same size lah.
Same size
right?
lah. So both 624. So there's a lot of unit that is 900 over 1,000. But I'm going to take this 1403 as an example to show you. So 1403 is calling 943. Same
Super.
size, same exact thing, different spacing. Prices is 179,000 cheaper. So I tell myself and tell a lot of people, hey, buy this one very safe.
Safe lah.
Same
Because another similar or same unit in the development actually sold at close to 200,000 more.
First thing, I'm very safe. Second thing, I got potential. Can I say that? I just need to buy this price. I target to sell this price, not bad.
True. It basically instant like close to 200,000 profit.
If I sell at that price.
Yeah, okay.
No? So did it happen? Now we see. So here, this 1403, 26 August 2022 sold at 1.15. So profit 207. Bought at how much? 943.
Wow.
Sold at what price? This price, same to this price, same to the purchase price of 1256.
Well, but you know, I think main challenge is that how do I know whenever there's such good deals?
Now it's even tougher because now we are going to go through with you this area.
Lentor Hill.
Wow.
Okay.
So we are going to share with you some tips today for Lentor area. Because
Lentor, I think I just add on something here, which is Lentoria. It's going to launch this weekend.
Saturday.
And also, Lentor mentioned is the preview is going to start on the 1st March.
Lentor 2nd March will do the balloting. With so many condos in mind here, because last time very easy compared within one condo. Now
this one is intense. Right?
Everything.
This is intense.
So how do we see? First, 2-bedroom recommendation in Lentor Hill Estate. Look at here, Lentor Modern. First one to launch in that whole area. Integrated.
Super
A lot of people tell me it's integrated. But what is integrated?
Transport downstairs, middle part, mall, shopping mall, upstairs residential.
Okay.
But usually
What is the most important thing about integrated? So the most important is your shopping mall. Who is the management? Who is going to manage? Second, the size of the mall.
Okay.
Size of the mall. So now
I get you.
go through our Lentor Modern. If I'm not wrong, the whole mall is 96,000 square feet.
Okay.
But of course, there's a lot of people who bought it at
Because
high.
it's integrated.
I mean, like the area, like the developer itself, all these things. And Lentor Modern actually is the exact same developer as Lentor mentioned.
Yes, correct. Guaco Land.
And Guaco is the one that's leading the whole thing.
Yep.
So now we see, highest transacted in Lentor Modern, 1.678. 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 678 square feet.
I can buy.
Highest transacted in Lentor Hill, 581. 581, you see here, 1 bedroom, I don't bluff here. It's 1 plus study. But the study is very small. Is 1.359 million. I heard, I don't know how true, Lentor mentioned 2-bedroom, 1 bath. I see the layout is proper. Okay, which means there is proper 2-bedroom with cabinet, with everything, with all queen size bed. Starting from 1.14.
100% true. Because they just released the indicative price yesterday or something.
Yes, so 1.149, you are 530,000 cheaper than this one. You are 200,000 cheaper than a 1 plus study. Okay, so I think
super safe.
Why so cheap? Because it's 500 plus square feet.
And the harmonization lah.
Because of harmonization, they remove the aircon latch, all these things. So the PSM might be slightly on the high side, but I think it's still very doable.
Quantum is very safe.
Yes.
For this, I mean, in this instance, right, it's better to look at the quantum.
So this is something that you can look at. Next, look at this. This is Lentor Modern 2-bed, 2-bath. 732. Proper bedroom, proper bathroom, proper kitchen. Very, very nice layout. Done highest 1.839 million. Lentoria 3-bedroom. The starting price is only 1.848 million. So you pay 9,000 more.
To get one more bedroom.
So that's why I say you must know your surrounding prices to determine whether it's a good buy.
If you guys are going for Lentoria or Lentor mansions, I think you'll be grateful to us after that.
Yeah.
Because I think the price really don't make sense.
So even if you buy 1.9, I think it's still a good buy. 1.95 is still a good buy, correct?
Correct.
So Lentor Hill Residences still got balance 1.96, 1.97 million, 3-bedroom, compact. Price point wise, I think it's definitely very safe. Lastly, this is Lentor Modern 3-bedroom premium done at 2.6 million, 2.638 million. Oh, yeah. 1109 square feet. Lentor Hill Residence 4-bedroom, 1399 square feet. 1399 and is really all usable space. 2.69 million.
Wow.
So, yeah. So this is how we find good deals. That's why just now we are sharing a few things. First, MRT is important. How do we determine price point? Second is the
layout. And then
third is the
affordability.
Affordability. So layout is more applicable when you sell. Okay. So if you buy a not so good layout, you better sell before TOP. So now we have reached to
the Q&A.
Yeah. Are you able to share your thoughts about Holland Village area? There are many new developments.
Like One Holland Residences.
Based on the 3 condos that you mentioned, Holland Village Residences, Leedon Green. Last one is, we call it Mui.
It's a small development, right?
Small development.
Yeah.
So
Holland Village Residences.
This is leasehold. Second, Leedon.
Leedon Green. Leedon Green is freehold.
Freehold.
Yeah. Mui.
Mui, I think is freehold. So this is, I think about 500 units there about. This should be 600 to 700 range. This one should be less than 100.
Boutique lah.
Okay. So when you buy a development, I always say we need to understand what my buyer want. So buyers of Holland area are usually looking for what?
Lifestyle.
Very important first thing, freehold.
Yep.
Second thing, size of project. I'm not saying that more units will be good. Have to be keyword, grand. So I would say Leedon Green fit into all these things. Okay, Holland Village Residences is leasehold.
It's integrated, right?
The key thing is that is what? It's one of a kind because the whole area there's not much condo that's so near to the Holland Village area. So if you are buying for rental purposes, I think this is still a good property. But if you are buying for own stay, definitely Leedon Green. Okay. Mui is doesn't fit into this word lah. So Brian was asking, I want to ask the recent Orchard GLS by UOL, the PPR is super low. Do you think the developer can sell cheap? To be very frank, I was looking at that news also. So do I think developer can sell cheap? I would say Quantum, yes. PSF, no. Why?
Is this piece of land affected by the harmonization?
Yes. So Quantum, yes. PSF, no. Why? Because the harmonization ruling is cutting about 7 to 12% of the developer profit. So even though last time if I bought a piece of land at 1,500, my break even maybe is plus 800, about 2,003.
Yep.
Okay. Today maybe I need to plus about 1,000.
Correct, because they need to, all the aircon ledge, whatever the extra profit, they need to direct it somewhere, right?
That's why if you look at Lentor Mansion, even though they launched at 1.1 something,
1.14,
their PSM might be hitting range of 2.3, 2.4. From the lowest point, which means the high point one will be maybe at 2.5 to 2.8.
Correct.
Possible. So you can see PSM wise is not going to be low. And bear in mind, Lentor Mansion land bought cheaper than the rest. But the PSF is still higher. But Quantum is lower. So yes, I would say the Quantum will be lower for this Orchard Boulevard GLS, but the PSF, it might be higher. Freddy just asked Chuan Park and Tembusu 2, which one better? So Tembusu 2 is GLS M block. So this one is going to be smaller. unit, this one is going to be bigger. Oh?
Mm.
So how is it going to affect? So now I run through with you. The key problem that I see facing for all the harmonized one is that when I want to sell. When I want to sell, I put my property where?
Property Guru.
Property Guru.
99.co,
I don't know lah. Maybe 5 years later
platforms
it's different. We don't use all these things. But it's all these platforms. How buyers see whether the property is worthwhile to buy? They are filtered by size and bedroom type. If you filter or you filter 2-bedroom or you filter a 3-bedroom and the 3-bedroom in Tembusu come out 786 square feet.
Wow, super small.
What is your first thing in your mind? Small, and you'll think that this agent maybe 2 plus study put as 3-bedroom.
Yeah.
Correct.
True.
And as most of the buyers out there, who will know which one is harmonized, which one is not in property guru time. So there is a time where this happened where the project got a lot of bay window.
The balcony space also.
No bay window. Two very typical project I can mention is Caspian and Lakefront. So Lakefront is the one without bay window. The launch is just slightly apart. Caspian was 700 plus. Lakefront went up to about 1,001. 2002. Why? Because they take away the bay window. But the unit you go in is the same.
The living space is the same.
It looks like the same, but same thing that is going to happen here. This will be the same. But the problem is in Property Guru, no one knows Lakefront is like that. No one will know Tembusu 2 is like that. So that's the challenge that you will face selling a harmonization unit. If you ask me in short, Tembusu 2 I feel is better. Why? Because a 3-bedroom may cost you maybe a 2 odd million only.
Which is
because Tembusu Grand is 2.2, but this is smaller, so the 3-bedroom maybe starting from
quantum friendly lah, very easy to upgrade
very easy 2.05, 2.1, which is very very doable in East Coast area. Also, I would say Tembusu 2 is good, but this is the challenge that you will face.
Mama,
what do you think about River Valley condo upcoming GRS near Great World City versus surrounding condo like? River Valley area is really a good area to invest in, but of course it comes down to the entry price. So like example, that time Martin Modern. Leasehold, everything doesn't fit into, but it's a very grand but the price is right 2,000 per square foot.
They earn a lot
Martin Modern, 2,000 in River Valley. So come down to all price point. Avenue, freehold, everything fit, also okay. But my concern here, because Avenue is on the higher end market, which is all the 4-bedroom is about 6 over million when they
I remember the PSF, the sale was around 3,000. 3,000. I was selling a unit just opposite Avenue.
Yes. So the only problem that I see facing now is your exit. Why would I say that? Because the buyers that supported this whole area are usually foreigners. A lot of foreigners. Whatever price they buy, because they want this area, they want the size, they want that location, they want freehold. Especially China and Indonesia.
One example is Yong'an Park. Keep failing to en bloc. Because I understand that there were quite a bit of like foreign buyers over there. Who don't want to sell. Yeah, so en bloc always fail.
Yeah. Mostly your future buyers are all this group. You must understand in today's situation, a lot of them stop buying. Based on 2 reasons. First, the 60% ABSD.
Foreigners.
So the increment of the double ABSD, which is, I don't know when they will start to accept because the 30% they take a while to accept. So second thing is the anti-money laundry issue. So a lot of people are worried to buy now because they're scared that they will be checked, all these things. I mean, even though they never do anything wrong, but they just, because we are more on high alert in terms of all these things now. So the buyers actually slow down. The buyers come in actually are much lesser, which means I think there will be a problem in exiting, which means last time we will buy the area, we asked to buy the bigger one. But now, I'm worried that you can't exit unless there's some change in policy, which we don't know, 5-10 years down the road. But based on today, it's a bit challenging to exit.
Totally reliant on government.
Summarize, this area is good because why? Price go up very fast because foreigners come in. But if your price is jacked up by foreigners, which means your price are not sustainable, not stable. If my price are jacked up by Singaporean, my price is very stable because these are people that is going to stay. So that's
Correct.
the thing. So this a bit more of a speculative property, which the price will move faster lah.
We have one more question from Mama. What about rental market?
Okay, River Valley is a very special area. Because usually I will say, buy this area, you buy for rental, you need to buy 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom. But River Valley is an area that you buy 1 to 4 bedroom, all can rent out. Because there is a lot of expatriate that's renting there also
It's
for
true.
families. And it's an area that is people who like to stay there plus people who work near there. They usually bring in their families. Because if I talk about rental, usually I say CBD is 1 bedroom. Because CBD, no one will want to bring their family in.
True.
Then if you want 3 bedroom, it's more of like Tanjong Rhu area near CBD, but yet, livable for family. But River Valley is a hybrid. River Valley is very easily rentable, but rental yield might not be super good because of the high price that you're entering now. So if there's any project that is with the new harmonization, it might be good because the quantum is lower, you will increase your rental yield. Okay, so we will see you next month. Thanks for those who are with us for the last 1.5 hours. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.